Hello everyone, welcome to Plutus IS. Today we are going to talk about one of the topic of geology optional paper UPSC, and the topic is about the fish, right? So most of us even do not know the full form of this fish. This is not the fish, which is an aquatic animal. No, this is not, right? So this is one of your technique in your bioinstrumentation paper 1 of the geology optional paper of okay, and the UPSC for sure, of course. So what is a fish? First of all, before starting this topic, because if you see your PYQs, you will see this question. This question has been came already. I have provided the enough content to write accordingly if it will come into your 10 marker or the 15 marker. It has been not given that 20 marker. If even it will come into the 20 marker question, it will substantiate with another type, another addition of the some other question of that, of course, bioinstrumentation topic. Okay. So today we'll talk about a little bit, not a little bit of course, but the major things about the fish. Okay. What is fish? The full form of the fish is fluorescent in situ hybridization. Okay, so something here actually, like even if you do not know about anything, you can just catch the word. So first word is your fluorescent, fluorescence. Second word is your in situ, and the third word is your hybridization. What is the meaning of the fluorescent? Because earlier we have already covered the fluorescence microscopy, right? So in that fluorescence, that means we are something relating, we know that something relating with the fluorophores, that is a pigmented color or color containing agent. Okay, in situ means we know that in situ and ex situ in y1 x y4. In situ means in its own place, right? And hybridization, of course, the mixture of two things is a hybridization. Okay, so now the fluorescence in situ hybridization, which is a fish, is a powerful molecular technique used to locate and visualize specific DNA or RNA sequences within the cell. So this technique, fish, is used where it is used. It is a technique to locate and visualize the DNA or RNA in the cell. Okay, tissues, fine, chromosomes. Okay, and the various animal species. Okay, then by using fluorescently labeled probes, right, that bind to the target nucleic acid. How we can see with the help of this fish or the molecular technique, with the help of this target like labeled probe that is binding to the targeting nucleic acid. Suppose that yahan tak bhi if you got the concept, then what you can understand here, this is that probe is something which is a specific type which is binding to the nucleic acid, right? So labeled probe that bind to the target nucleic acid, and the fish allows researchers to study the chromosomal abnormalities, right? Of course, we know there's so many chromosomal abnormalities, deletion, insertion, duplication, transversion, and so many things, right? So if there's any kind of abnormalities, that means a binding of thing. Everything is if you just sum up, not the sum up, but if you just uh, hold the crux of this, like every kind of a specific structure, either it's a nucleic acid, either it's a protein, either it's a chromosome, have a specific kind of arrangement with which the probe will be binding. And if we talk about the chromosomal abnormalities, that means if there will be the abnormalities, there will be certain differences from that normal thing that should be catched by or the labeled by the with respect to the specific probes. Got it? Abnormalities, then specific gene location, then gene copy number, and comparative genomics across the species. Okay, fine. It uses fluorescence probe that bind to those part of the chromosome which having the similar base sequences. Suppose that if I'll say that any specific kind of fluorescence is binding in that chromosome. Suppose that if I'll say this is the Lambert's condition of the Lambert's chromosome, condition of polytene chromosome. So whatever the specific binding, whatever the specific normal binding of the chromosome, that will bind with the fluorescence, but abnormal part will not bind with the, and that will be visible separately, right? So this is making the difference in visible thing, in the visible manner. Okay, so which having the similar base sequences. The detection of the base sequences on a combed DNA molecule is done by the first hybridizing the known base sequences, that is the probe, with the combed DNA, that is a matrix or the target DNA. So first we need to understand that, right? Okay, after that, this is a principle. What is the basic principle of the fish? The basic principle involved is hybridization what is the meaning, what is the use of this hybridization? Hybridization is simple use. Whatever the probe we are using, that need to be hybridized with the target DNA or the target chromosome or the target molecule, better say, right? Hybridization of the nuclear DNA of either interphase cell or the metaphase chromosome. So many times we have already talked about why the metaphase, because when we talk about the prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase, in that metaphase the best morphology of the chromosome can be seen. Okay, so metaphase chromosome affixed to a microscopic slide with a nucleic acid probe. Got it? The probes are either labeled indirectly with the hapten or directly through the incorporation of the fluorophore. Got it? The labeled probe and the target DNA are mixed. This is the labeled probe and what is the target DNA are mixed together after the denaturation. That means unwinding, better can say. There are so many denaturing agent also. Temperature, pH also one of the denaturing factors which allows annealing of the complementary DNA. Okay, so if here we want to see a little bit what is the principle of the fish, we can look at here also. Okay, so here look, this is a probe DNA, है ना, which is going to linked with the target DNA. We have just covered the two types of directly or indirectly covering. So this is your target DNA and this is the probe. Okay, now what we are doing, that we are doing the denaturation of that, and then we are annealing, like we are adding the probe DNA and the target DNA simultaneously. Okay, so two types of, one is your hapten DNA and another is your fluorophore. So this is the hapten DNA. Okay, this one is your hapten DNA and this is hapten probe, and this is your fluorophore. Okay, this is the basic principle of the fish. Okay, in case the probe had been labeled indirectly, an extra step of enzymatic or immunological detection system will be required. In which case, in the case of the indirectly, okay, that is your fluorophores, and visualization of the non-fluorescent hapten. Finally, the signals are evaluated by the fluorescence microscopy, because of course we have already covered, I think, the fluorescent microscopy. The enzymatic detection system involves the fluorochrome, which emits the colored signal at the hybridization site. Got it? The immunological detection system is based on the binding of antibodies with respect to the antigens, right? The binding of antibodies with respect to the antigens, because they have the, whatever the, if we see the structure of the antibodies, it has the light LH, like light chains, heavy chains, and they have the specific binding site for the antigens, right? So this can also be seen, which is then demonstrated with the color histochemical reaction visible by the light microscope or the fluorescent microscope. Okay, what is the working principle? The basic working principle is totally based on that hybridization of the fluorescent probe to the target DNA, or better say, in case of that antigen antibodies, the antigen specific antigen and the antibodies, okay, to its complementary sequence and the target DNA sequence in the very first step. So here we will continue that the step how this is working. So what happened in the first step? The first step includes the synthesis of the fluorescent probe. What is the fluorescent probe? This is the first, we need to prepare the fluorescent probe. Got it? In the first process, we need to synthesize the fluorescent probe. Okay. Then the DNA sequence to be tested. The chromosome in that phase, of course, because that is your target DNA, and that is the DNA should be that denatured form, because with which the probe will be binding. Okay, which is followed by addition of the denatured probe to the slide. Got it? Then the probe hybridizes. Okay, so when we are saying that probe preparation, so before than that, because probe is going to bind with the DNA. Got it? So first we need to study the DNA, because in the initial principle we have already mentioned that the slide already has mentioned that the binding of the probe with the specific similar kind of base sequences. So before the binding of the probe or before the synthesis of the probe, we need to understand like what is the sequence of the DNA. Okay, so the probe hybridizes to the DNA sequences at its complementary sites. Of course, after a round of washing, the chromosome is observed under the fluorescent microscope to identify the site of hybridization. What is the purpose of the washing? Because the unbinding part will be just washed away when the first run of the when the first time of the chromosome will be washed. Okay, so because of that, then probe, this is one of the very important step. Variety of the probes are used, like so many variety of probes are, both double stranded and the single stranded probes are used. Okay, this is something about that probe, preparation of probe, that is a cDNA, cRNA, and other artificially synthesized probes are also in the market, such as your oligonucleotide probes A, having a 50 to 300 base pairs, like so many things. Okay, so we are going not to talk about the probe. Then radioactive or radioisotopic labeling, then the fluorescence or non labeling. Then labeling by the isotopic method is considered as a most sensitive. Okay, why it is most sensitive? Because of course we know the radioactive reactions. Because of that, sometimes it may happen that due to that radioactive binding of the probe with the your target DNA, it may have chances that it will induce a certain kind of mutation. So because of that, so radioisotopic method is considered the most sensitive method. Moreover, results are easily quantified with the radioisotope labeling. Okay, what is the non-isotopic probes? Include the labeling with the fluorescein, biotin, alkaline phosphate, and the deoxygenin. This method is relatively less sensitive. But you know what is the benefit in binding with the nucleotide like radioactive probe? When we bind with the radioactive probe, this will give you more visible or the more prominent result, right? Because radioactivity will show themselves as a definitely. And the radioisotopic level and quantification of the hybridized result. Okay, fine. So when whole chromosome probes, these probes like whole chromosome probes, these probes are libraries for the small DNA sequences. We know this is a basic concept, that DNA and binds DNA, then the nucleosome, then this chromosome. We know that, sorry, chromatin, and then this is a chromosome. We know the sequence, right? So we do not need to confuse where the DNA we were talking about the one's DNA, then we are going to talk about that at the same time we are talking about the chromosome, because we know this is concept. That's something so many times I've already described. Okay, used for the process of chromosomal painting. Okay, one more thing, chromosome painting is also in your syllabus. I'll try to explain in some other classes. Then alphoid or the centromeric repeating probes. Okay, these are the some specific probes. I don't think we need to talk about it. Then this is a type. What is the type? Single molecule RNA fish, fiber fish, Q fish, that is your quantitative fish. You need to write all of this thing. Then your MA fish, the microfluidics assisted, that using a microfluidic for that hybridization of the, actually these are when we're talking about the different types of fish, such as your MA fish, Q fish, and the fiber fish, and the single molecular RNA fish, that is also depending on the material which is your target, and also the different types of probes. Okay, so this is something I think yes, this is about that probe Nick translation. This is something about that. This is a whole thing about the epi fluorescent microscopy. The gene is located, yes, you can see. Okay, so here there is a gene. Okay, gene is actually cutted by the enzyme DNA is your endonuclease, right? And enzyme, then it is making a random cut, and this is the segment of the DNA. Then suppose that if we are saying that GG sequences, then we are having that Nick translation we have created, from where we can add this probe. Okay, then this hybridized, ये हमारा टारगेट हो गया, प्रो प्लस द टारगेट डीएनए, हाइब्रिडाइजेशन ऑन द स्लाइड, एक आपका ये स्लाइड बनेगा और एक आपका अनदर स्लाइड बनेगा. इसको एंटीबॉडीज एंड एंटीडिगोर एविडेंट लिंक विद द फ्लोरोफोर. Then suppose that if I saying that this is a specific gene kind of product, so ये वाला जो आपका प्रोडक्ट होगा एंटीबॉडीज और एंटीडिग, ये आपने तो स्पेसिफिक आपका जब आप उसको फ्लोरोसेंट माइक्रोस्कोप में देखोगे ये आपको विजिबल होगा, बिकॉज इट हैज अ स्पेसिफिक बाइंडिंग साइट्स. ओके, so this is something about that fish, the whole process. And what are the applications? Fish can detect the specific sites of the specific DNA sequences in the metaphase or the interphase cell. Then fish has now become an essential tool for the gene mapping, characterization. Suppose that what is the gene mapping? Which gene is forming which kind of protein? So if there will be suppose such as your amyloid protein or some of the diseases which is causing because of that specific changes in the protein level, or at the translation level, or at the transcription level, whatever the level, we can just detect with the help of that fish because of that binding specific kind of probe. Suppose that for the sake of that, if we talk about sickle cell anemia, so we know that here's a specific change in the process, and a GAG is replaced by the GUG, right? So if I have already the binding specific binding site with that complete gene which is forming that your hemoglobin protein, so if I'll just detect, I will just in वहाँ पे I'll just include that probe there. So what will happen? It will just detect where is the mutation or where is the changing occurring, right? So that is something about the gene mapping is actually different segments of the gene is participating and forming a specific kind of products, or specifically the protein or the enzyme, whatever the proteinaceous substance. Okay. Then the characterization of the chromosome, abbreviation, of course, abbreviation is something that change, mutation that is not present obviously. So there the probe will be detected there because it has a we have the radioactive and non-radioactive both types of fluorescence, right? Since the target DNA remains intact, unlike the molecular ठीक है इसको रहने देते हैं. Then your of course these are the fish include the Prader-Willi syndrome. Like so many syndromes have been detected with the fishes. The one is the Prader-Willi syndrome. The second is the Angelman syndrome. This is Angelman syndrome. It is a specific causing because of folding protein cells. है ना? 22q3 deletion syndrome. Then chronic myelogenous. Then leukemia. Acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Then Cri-du-Chat syndrome, of course, we know that this is one of the chromosomal abbreviation we'll cover in that we cover in that syllabus of paper 2. Then the Veloso-Cardiofacial syndrome and the Down syndrome, right? In medicine, we can use for the diagnosis, evolution, prognosis. The use of RNA fish for the studying the intracellular localization of the RNA, specific kind of RNAs, transcription and transportation of transcripts. Then in the transcription process, we can also in that post-transcriptional modification where we talk about the adenylation, guanylation, and removal of that exons, like removal of introns and making the continuous exon segment for the better translation process, where we can also, because exon having the specific segment which is actually the gene, है ना, protein coding segment or the specific coding segment or the character coding segment, so that can also be detected if the post-transcriptional modification, better say. Then your clinical laboratories have the benefited from the technique since it has been rapid. It is a very quick and performed on the tissue that is a fresh, frozen and or formalin fixed. Okay. Then for the routine analysis of the interphase and the metaphase chromosome, of course. Negative aspects of the fish क्या है? Procedures have a single major disadvantage that interface मतलब ये आपका specific signal time पे ही है, such as your interface or metaphase, ठीक है? So this is about that. Okay. So this is about your the concept of the fish, है ना? So I hope this the PDF or whatever the content I have covered, this has been covered. The whole thing about the process, application, types of probes, है ना? Steps. So I think this is good enough for that 10 marker or the 15 marker question accordingly as it come into your examination. UPSC, thank you.